Seton Hall. Steve Peichel in his 8th year is turning a corner. He won 22 games last year, 14-2 in the America East. And his first season, only 4 victories, so he's come a long way. As Stony Brook comes in at 8-3 and features Anthony Jackson Jr., Dave Coley in the backcourt. Tommy Brenton, we talked about at the top. Jameel Warney from Plainfield, New Jersey. Eric McAllister, another junior forward for the Seawolves. Meanwhile, for Kevin Willard and Seton Hall, Kevin in his 3rd season, coming off a 21-13 mark last year, won 8 Big East games, got himself to the NIT. Aaron Crosby, Kyle Smythe in the backcourts. Brandon Mobley, a sophomore as well. Gene Teague, a junior. Fuquan Edwin, another junior. For Kevin Willard, 44-33. His 3rd year at Iona, Jim, was a big one. And here at Seton Hall, the Pirates are hoping for more of the same.
Seton Hall University basketball.
And Stony Brook in the road red kicks it off in nearly spectacular fashion. The miss, though, off the dunk, Eric McAllister.
It's one of the things with McAllister. They go for the dunk very often with him. I didn't think they'd come right off that particular play in the jump ball.
An offensive foul was called immediately. Fuquan Edwin gets up limping. Tony Cheza, the official, made the call. Gene Steratore, Joe Lindsay, the officials. And Seton Hall 7-0 so far this season at home. They're 19-3 the last 2 years, but Stony Brook 5 road wins. Jim, what does that say about their Seawolves early on?
Well, I like the fact that teams go out early on and play on the road, and when they have success, that just means that they usually do the 2 things that they've been playing well with, defense and rebound, and they pride themselves in that area. And
the Seawolves have the first bucket of the ball game. Dave Coley, the kid from Brooklyn, who averages 11 a game.
A return starter. Coley will look to put the ball on the floor, look to be aggressive offensively.
This is Smythe. They kick it across to Cosby. Try to dump it down low, and it's picked off. Nice defense that time by Jameel Warney. Stony Brook from the America East. They've been to 2 NITs in the last 3 years. And that shot swatted away by Edwin.
Yeah, defensively, Seton Hall closing in pretty quickly. A little double team on the blocks just then. And Brenton's the type of guy who's going to be awfully active, making passes, the trigger point, just always around the basketball for Stony Brook.
Seton Hall comes in 10-2. They've had only 2 games on an opponent's campus. They a win at Wake Forest, a loss at LSU in that Big East SEC Challenge. Here's a long 3 and knocked down by Anthony Jackson Jr. from Columbus. He averages 13 a game, and Stony Brook off to a good start.
Yeah, didn't play a whole lot last year, only about 12 minutes in game action, but learned a lot in practice and ready to go this year.
They get the nice entry pass down low, and the reverse goes in. Gene Teague, he's from Vineland, New Jersey, transfer from Southern Illinois. And Mobley is whistled for a foul.
It's just a jab foul for Kevin Willard's Pirates just then. I don't know why. You step across and you put your arm out there and nothing happening.
Son of Ralph Willard, of course, very accomplished college basketball coach.
Absolutely. I go back with Ralph Willard all the way back to my high school days at 5-star basketball camp.
And a nice move, a left hand. A little shot goes in from Jameel Warney, and the freshman has given Stony Brook a 7-2 lead.
He hits it at a rate of 65% from the field.
Teague runs right down the lane and banks it home. Pull up 3 from long range, knocked down by Daly. So Stony Brook coming out with no fear. They lead 10-4.
Well, the comfort level is right there. You're absolutely right, Mike. I mean, it's just a team that came out and playing up against Big East competition. Not nervous. They're coming off a game against Maryland just the last time out.
And Mobley tried to drive it inside, had the ball deflected off his leg, and the Seawolves have it. So Steve Peichel, the former University of Connecticut Husky, under Jim Calhoun, one of his first recruits, as Mobley will go to the bench.
Steve Peichel, one of 9 children in his family. He's got 4 kids. I was talking to him on the phone a little bit. Terrific guy, really understands the importance of stressing the academics at their school.
There's Coley on a move, and the runner did not catch iron, deflected out of bounds by the Seawolves. Well, you take over a program like Stony Brook really in its infancy. You have to have patience. You really have to have a will to hang in there, and he has done that. The last 3 years, 22 wins, 15 wins, 22 wins. That's the most for a Stony Brook team in Division I record books. Here's Edwin's step back, no good. Teague on the boards, and he is blocked. Erased that time by Eric McAllister. He's from Hightstown, New Jersey. So a homecoming for 4 Stony Brook Seawolves.
And McAllister gets off the floor in a hurry, too. We saw him miss that game-opening alley-oop, but just very quick off his feet.
Stony Brook averages 4.5 blocks. Nice move inside, crashing the glass that time. Tommy Brenton, America East pre-all-conference player. We talked about him at the top, Jim. He's everywhere.
Yeah, that's his game, too.
And Teague inside, able to roll it in left-handed as the Pirates try to go down into the paint, and they succeed.
And Teague with 2 double-doubles already this year. Good game against LIU recently.
Only step back, banker goes in, so the Seawolves attacking and scoring at will, 14-6.
You know, one of the things with Coley is that very happy with his play, especially if he can cut down on his turnovers. And so far right now, he is really on a little bit of a personal roll.
Ron Bracey has come into the ballgame, the senior for Seton Hall. Here's Teague again, goes to the left hand, no good. Edwin got the rebound, and he banks it up.
Really focusing and highlighting Teague on the blocks, trying to use his strength and size. Seton Hall getting some mileage out of that. Oh, baby.
Coley tries again, and he knocks it down. And he is on a roll.
It's on a roll. It's almost as if he's in the backyard or in the gym by himself. This is ridiculous. Huh? Nice start.
Dave Coley has 9 points early on. Made 4 of his first 5 field goal attempts. 5 minutes, 20 seconds into it. Cosby on a drive. He's ripped off.
We got numbers, too.
Anthony Jackson on the move. And nearly lost it. He gets it to Brenton, and Brenton lays it in. The Seawolves lead it 18-8. And Kevin Willard's got to call a timeout.
Good move by Kevin Willard. He understands his team really is not getting back quickly and recognizing the ball. That top end opportunity to maybe get that loose ball, but good timeout by Kevin to regroup a bit here.
And we mentioned Stony Brook on the road, 5 wins already. They won at Sacred Heart, at Cornell, at St. Francis. They gave UConn a real battle in Stores.
Just gave Maryland a pretty good run last time out also. They were down 20, but kind of ran that back towards them and got back in that game.
Ended up losing by 7, 76-69. They've got, obviously, Seton Hall tonight, then Manhattan on Tuesday. That leads the NCAA. 5 true road wins. Not many schools, Jim, will go out and schedule a bunch of road games they probably can't win. Not if they're trying to build a resume for the NCAA tournament. Oliver from dead straight on, drills the 3. So off the bench, Brian Oliver delivers.
Tough place to catch the ball right here. There you go, problems.
And the Pirates with a steal. Long jumper good, and Oliver's come on and ignited the Pirates with 2 straight 3s, and they're within 4.
And they were rhythm 3s too. Came in shooting just a little bit under 30% from the 3-point stripe. There's been times this year that he's not hit them. Some nights he's gets it going, but if he can be a plus from the outside, gives Seton Hall a different dimension. Obviously getting them some instant offense off the bench.
Stony Brook started 8 of 12, led by 10, and then Brian Oliver with an immediate spark off the bench, and that's what you want if you're Kevin Willard, something to turn it around.
No question about it. Steve Peichel making the change, and if I refer to him as John tonight, he looks a lot like my brother John. so I apologize if I call him John, but every so often I look over there and say, what's my brother doing over there coaching?
And we know he's tuned in to the ball game. His brother Jim is on the broadcast. So Stony Brook now facing a little bit more zone pressure by the Pirates.
Yeah, better activity too, quicker feet.
And offensive foul is called as the move by Anthony Mayo turns into a turnover. Stony Brook with an early lead, 18-14 here at the Prudential Center at Newark. From three-point range, Dave Coley on fire with 9.
Well, came out shooting and looking for his opportunities. 4 of 5, as you mentioned, but very comfortable 4 out of 5. Nice little move there to get the defender sliding towards the basket. You plant and you fade away a little bit. So difficult to get out and touch that one and get a block shot on or even a hand in the face. Dave Coley off to a terrific start for Stony Brook.
Brooklyn kid, a junior. Both teams in the paint have been very successful. Total of 14 points between the two. Tom Mayan is in the ball game. We're 0. That's an air ball by the Pirates, saved and in the hands of Anthony Jackson.
Yeah, Smythe is a shooter too.
He played for Kevin Willard at Iona. He's a grad student. We're seeing more and more of that. Here is Oliver on a steal and on the move.
Oh, he didn't get off the foot. Yeah, you see the way he like planted and never lifted.
Yeah, something may have happened to that left knee as he comes back grimacing. 8 quick points off the bench, and Seton Hall within 2.
Yeah, that's like that, almost like a flat tire when you're coming down. You're planting, looking to lift up, and nothing happens with the elevation.
Oh, you in your illustrious career at Duke had a lot of lifts, so you understand that.
I had a lot of flat tires is what I had.
All right, Seton Hall back could take the lead. Here's Mayan, and he is knocked down and fouled. He'll get 2 free throws.
Oliver giving Kevin Willard a good jump off the bench here. He gets the steal, but watch the plant and how little he gets off the floor. See, it's just kind of a scoop layup, and he comes back limping a little bit. And Mike, I know the hockey isn't playing right now in this building, but you look across and Stony Brook has a hockey substitution coming in here. Look at it, 4 guys coming in.
They got a line change.
You don't see it that often, huh?
Well, Stony Brook, Steve Peichel was saying last year he likes to play 9 and 10, and he's doing the same thing this year. I mean, if you can do that as a coach, that has to be a benefit over the course of a long season.
Yeah, no question about that. And also, if your style of if you want your kids to really play hard defense, they know that they can go 4 or 5 minutes, get a breather when they need it. But if you get the rotations and guys understand what their roles are, it's much, much better. But they got to get this across.
And they don't do it. It's a 10-second violation. That's a rarity.
Good call by Kevin Willard, too. He was creeping up towards half court. He was watching the clock.
Now Seton Hall can take the lead. They trail by 1. Earlier in the season, Seton Hall had an overtime loss to Washington. Start their year. Here's Teague inside. Goes to the right hand that time, and the Pirates have the lead. They come back from 10 down.
He's strong, isn't he? A couple of bounces, and next thing you know, he's got 1 or 2 feet away from the basket. Good footwork.
11-0 run by the Pirates. Their first lead of the game. Stony Brook now having trouble getting a good look. Here's the kick out. Coley won't shoot it. Now he drives it inside and fires off the mark. And it's saved by Freddie Wilson, the sophomore. Hoping to download a Teague, and a good play defensively that time by Jameel Warney.
Yeah, that play, the difference on that is when you move your feet and make things happen. Warney that time, but here you go with the transfer down.
Take their first lead of the ball game, 19-18. Mike Crispino, Jim Spanarkel. You're seeing a lot of this around college basketball, Jim. Players transferring one school to the next and being able to play sometimes quickly. And 3 have come to Seton Hall, and they've begun to make a difference.
And often good programs right there. And I think that's one of the differences too, Mike. You get these guys, and Kevin Willard has a few. You get a few of them that have had some experience at good quality programs. They can come right across and help you.
And no question, Teague brings size and strength. Gene Teague is a New Jersey kid coming back home from Southern Illinois, and he's had a good start to this one with 8 early points. Corner jumper drops home, and Ron Bracey has given Stony Brook the lead back.
Love the way Stony Brook is attacking the post first, not necessarily getting the easy shot and the layup down deep, but getting Seton Hall to collapse and recognizing, and they're using both sides of the floor out of the post.
Stony Brook 3 for 3 from outside. Here's Oliver, pull up 15-footer, high arcing. He doesn't get it to drop. And rebounded by Brenton.
Teague just missing the timing on that because the ball hung up on the rim a little longer. Look to the middle of the court against the zone.
Step back jumper, just short, rebounded by Teague. Teague's got 3 rebounds. Now steal. Here comes Bracey. Oof. Rejected by Oliver, saved.
Keeps it in bounds. Terrific job getting back by Oliver and not swatting it out of bounds.
Midway through the first half, and Stony Brook with a 2-point lead. Edwin's been quiet.
When you get a drive to the basket, if somebody doesn't stop you just like that, it will not allow an easy block from behind. So the double teaming action works. First guy in does the hard work. The second guy in gets all the glory because of the block shot.
Teague powers it inside, doesn't drop.
That's a nice tip there by Brenton to make that happen.
Good hustle by Tom Mayan, who deflects it out of bounds. And Stony Brook will keep it. Stony Brook of the America East fell to Vermont in the championship game last year, missed the NCAA tournament. Steve Pikel was talking about that earlier, saying you got to have a great weekend. You can have a great season, but you got to have a great weekend. And Teague with a deflection ends up in Stony Brook's hands, but on the baseline.
And Warney turned right into the middle of the floor, and that's where the defenders were standing in the paint area. An easy defensive effort.
So Tom Mayan, the freshman, goes to the bench. Smythe back in. Edwin launches for 3. Rebounded by Mobley, and the putback's good.
6'9" Mobley is starting to come on as a player for Seton Hall, and Kevin Willard beautifully positioned on the right side of the floor. The timing and understanding of when the shot is going up, and finds himself and works to get in very, very good position. McAllister has nothing to do but turn and be out of position defensively. And take a look at his numbers starting to come on at 9 points a game. Good shooting field goal percentage.
And Mobley plays about 21 minutes a game, averages 6 rebounds. And the Hall has the lead, 22-21.
Stony Brook I know that's not much of a press just then that Seton Hall's thrown at them, but they better make quicker decisions getting across half court. They just went 8 seconds deep to cross half court on that one.
Got to enter it low, deflected by Teague. Another turnover.
Teague has good footwork. Look at him again. There's the offensive footwork.
And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Brenton just a touch late getting in on that one, but Teague showing us a little work at both ends of the floor. The defensive positioning with his footwork to get around and not pick up a foul, and then offensively, he's ready. The nice catch, and he's ready to go. And there's the call from the officials right across the slap of the hand.
There's an Achilles heel for the Pirates. It's at the free throw line, just 66% as a team. And I think Kevin Willard knows that when Big East play starts in a few days, that's going to be crucial.
Yeah, January 2nd, Seton Hall looking at DePaul, and another at right behind it at Notre Dame, January 5th, and then they have an easy one, January 9th with Louisville here, huh? Louisville, Rick Pitino's team is ready to play this year.
The Pirates, you start on the road 2 in-conference games. They'd love to have this one, get to 11 wins. Brenton finds the open man deep in the corner for 3.
They're good at getting it to the perimeter from the inside, not hitting their shots like they did at the beginning of this game, though.
Marcus Ross is a good three-point shooter, 41%, but he missed that open look. Mobley tries. 7.5 to go. Another 3, and buried by Anthony Jackson.
Well, another good three-point shooter for Stony Brook, a guy who really looks to get down the floor in a hurry, too, for the spot up.
Jackson, a junior from Columbus, that deflected out of bounds. And a timeout on the floor, 7:02 left in the first. Steve Peichel and the Seawolves of the America East, a lead of 1. Our Big East leaders brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever in You. And Seton Hall on top of the Big East Conference and 3-point field goals made. They're 2 for 5 tonight, so they had 105 makes this year. Nobody really close. Cincinnati has 99 makes, Jim, and Notre Dame 92.
If used properly, and Louisville right there, tied with Villanova, 2 other teams that like to put that into play. Rick Pitino, a longtime believer and user of the 3. It's a terrific weapon. We saw them, just before get back into this game in a hurry with Oliver knocking back 2 fast ones coming off the bench.
2 to shoot. They need something quickly, and they won't get it.
They get a little action transition here with numbers.
Coley attacking, nearly lost it, regains.
Good reset here for Stony Brook.
Baseline jumper rattles in and out, rebounded by Smythe. Oliver's missed, boarded by Brenton, and Seawolves running.
Look at Brent handle it all the way down the floor from a rebound. That's what they love to see him do. It's 6'5", 220. He can handle it, rebound, pass, does it all for this team.
Substitution now for Stony Brook. Jameel Warney comes in, replaces Anthony Mayo, the sophomore from Philadelphia. Stony Brook, the first 5.5 minutes of the ballgame at 18 points. The next 7.5, just 6 points.
Yeah, Seton Hall's doing a much better job of reacting to the perimeter first, and then their bigs are squeezing the blocks. So inside and outside.
Edwin's miss, rebounded by Mobley. That won't go in.
Oh boy, good kick out there by Brenton, just figuring it out. Lost it.
And Coley is fouled by Edwin. That is his second.
Foul number 23, Fluke 1, Edwin second. Team has 3, returning to Stony Brook number 22,
Eric McAllister will replace Tommy Brenton. Senior from Columbia, Maryland. Mike Crispino, Jim Spanarkel here at Prudential Center. Seton Hall and Stony Brook. The last non-conference game for both. They hit the Big East and the America East hard, starting in the next couple of days.
Well executed play just then to get Jackson the jumper in the baseline. Little runoff against the zone. Get a screen on the baseline. He squared up quickly. So good work by Stony Brook right there. Very patient. Not afraid to go both sides of the court and let their offense develop.
Anthony Jackson has 9 to lead his team. Oliver, long 3. Got it! Oh, he buried it. That was a rainbow delivery.
Callister a little late recognizing that too. When you have that shooter who's had a hot hand coming into this game, you have to find him and recognize it. Once again, taking some time to get this over the half court.
And a turnover saved.
Yeah, they were struggling. That was down to a second or so. Look at this.
Oliver has ignited the Pirates. They lead by 2.
The pistol is hot, isn't it? Right there. He's like,
if I was him, I wouldn't put it back in the holster. I'd keep it out and keep firing. On the drive. Pirates on the move. Errol Coley, well short, got his own rebound.
There he goes again.
And again, Oliver has helped the Pirates turn it around in their biggest lead of the ball game, 32-27.
Came out shooting early, got 2 long-range threes to go, and it's been a huge time, big-time factor here for Seton Hall Pirates. And take a look. I mean, pretty good range that we've seen him already, but he's stepping out, and then the confidence starts to take over. You got to find him, you got to recognize him, because guys who are comfortable shooting, the mentality is, get me a look, and as the ball's coming in his direction, you can see his footwork setting up the shot. It's all about getting a good pass and good rhythm and being ready and confident to shoot the basketball.
And Brian Oliver has not been shooting the ball well at all this year. There's 33% from the field, only 28% from three-point range. But as you know, shooters, they might just find something,
right,
and that all changes.
Exactly. 5 of 5 from the floor, from the three-point stripe, I should say.
17 points, a season high for him. A 9-0 Oliver run. Oh, nice spin move. And going to the left hand beautifully, Jameel Warney. Some say the best ever recruit at Stony Brook.
17 versus Maryland, and you can see why, with the ability to drop step so quickly.
Brian Oliver came from Georgia Tech, and he has arrived tonight. And Seton Hall by 3. Brian Oliver putting on a one-man show here in the last few minutes.
He sure is. I mean, he's getting his looks, and they are looking for him. It's a nice combination. Take a look at that. 7.5 points per game, 17 already.
And he's outscored everybody in the game in the last few minutes by himself. So he's on his own planet. Dump it down low to Teague, but through his hands.
He's got to catch that one. It's one of the things about the big guy. Keep your hands up and keep your hands ready.
7th turnover by the Pirates. Coley tries. And down goes Brenton. If he caught an elbow, but he went down hard.
Yeah, there was some activity on the right side of the court, down deep.
He is shaken up, but he's on his feet and walking.
It's going to be in the lower, right under the basket. I don't know.
It was almost an open hand from Brian Oliver.
It looked like Oliver pushed him face area.
Teams have gone to their huddles. They're going to take a look at the replay and see how they rule that. Joe Lindsay, Tony Chesa is over there, and Gene Sterator is talking to the Seton Hall assistant coaches. Shaheen Holloway, the associate head coach.
He could play a little bit, couldn't he?
Yes, he could. Great playmaker for the Pirates.
Yeah, this happened so quickly. And you know what throws everybody off, Mike? An air ball does, right? So now you got to look to your right.
Well, Oliver had him boxed out with the right hand. I don't know if he needed the left hand.
Well, there's the left up high. Now, if that occurred down by the, the chest, that the numbers, I'm not sure they'd even be reviewing it. But I will say this, Brenton went down pretty hard. He's 6'5", 220-ish.
Even with 3 officials sometimes, you don't exactly see how things start.
Yeah, so here they're tangled up. He comes across with the left arm, right? So that's like they're tangled. I understand they're tangled right there. Now the left arm kind of does the separating, and then he follows it up with the right.
It was almost a 1-2 combination, the right hand followed by the left. And Oliver trying to explain it. It transferred from Georgia Tech back home here in New Jersey, from Glassboro, New Jersey. This has taken quite a while to try to figure out. Joe Lindsay has the headset on.
You know, if anything, they might be talking initially, because it's not really an intentional aggressive move. Maybe they missed a foul. You could make that argument, but guess what? These guys are not perfect, and the game is so quick. Sometimes, as I mentioned, the air ball throws everything off. It's not a normal, natural basketball flow, and then you look for a rebound, and guys are looking for it to hit the rim.
Joe Lindsay is going to explain it to the Stony Brook coaching staff. Now, they could call a foul, couldn't they, after they saw something?
What I think they're explaining to him is they're going to the coach who was hoping for a foul, Kevin Will. They're going to play on, but he goes down there.
And the officials explaining to us that it was an open hand, it wasn't a fist. So we're going to let him play. And Seton Hall has the basketball, 3-point lead, 2:25 to go in the first. Foul called on Stony Brook. It's their 5th team foul. And it's 2 on Brenton.
From a fouling perspective, this half has had some pretty good flow because of the lack of fouls at both ends, right? I mean, you look at Seton Hall, they have 3 fouls. You mentioned just a second ago, 5 fouls for Stony Brook. So the pace has been pretty good for both of these teams, playing it relatively cleanly.
Pirates a 5-game winning streak, trying to make it 6 in a row. Oliver again for 3, and again he buries it.
I'd say that's a pretty good setup and a call by Kevin Willard. He's been around this game long enough to know somebody's got the hot hand. Go get him the basketball.
Well, that's an age-old adage in basketball, right? Find the hot man and keep feeding him.
As long as he doesn't hunt a shot down and take bad ones.
The jump hook is short. Mayan runs it down.
Where's Oliver? that's what I'd be thinking if I was Stony Brook. Where is he? Don't let him catch it.
He scored the last 12 points. Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Mayan will try from the corner, and he hits. And now the Hall has their biggest lead.
Yeah, we just touched on that graphic a couple of minutes ago about Seton Hall and their 3-point shooting. Boy, they are really making that graphic look pretty good.
And it can really expand leads quickly. They've been playing catch-up the whole game. Now they're up by 9. Ball taken away in traffic. Seton Hall 7 of 12.
No way.
Even that might have been a little out of his range.
I was going to say, but you know what? Mike, he reached it very comfortably, didn't he? I mean, it wasn't like he was straining from that distance.
It looked like one of those shots you take when the shot clock's expiring.
And they're looking for a little alley-oop occasionally. Dallas on the right side of the floor.
Dave Coley's been quiet after a hot start. He goes to the floater in the lane. Nice play.
Seton Hall be able to get the last shot right now.
11 for Coley.
Stony Brook has a foul to give, though. If they wait this thing out, see if they play it correctly. Let them stay out there until it gets under 5 seconds.
They tried to commit a foul. It's turned over. Coley on the move. He'll get one off at the buzzer. And Seton Hall will go to the locker room.